Good morning, everybody. Today, we are going to be looking at a topic that I felt is very relevant for each and every one of us. And it's basically because of my experience at the party we attended on Saturday at Mrs. Lillian's place. And it's basically about the power of networking. Recently, 2 days ago, I was going through the complimentary cards I had with me, and I saw some people who were actually doing a lot better in their business like 3-4 years ago. But when I looked up on them, I found out that most of them, their business were almost crashing. And I tried to ask myself, what could be one of the reasons why these businesses had gone down? People who were doing very well now find themselves in a crash business. And what I came to understand was that a lot of them have lost the skills of professional networking. Now, we need to understand that in business success and in life and professional growth is about who you know and not what you know. I've seen people who are very, very talented, but they end up at a very low cadre in life. And I've seen people who know practically nothing, and you see them doing very, very well. And one of the key things that have differentiated those who, despite their low skill, are doing very well from those who are very talented but are doing poorly in life is about their networking ability. And when you look at it, you ask yourself now, for instance, one of the things I always ask people, assuming you have a problem that will cost you about 10 million to solve, or 1 million to solve, or 500,000 to solve, do you have somebody in your network that when you call now, within the next 24 hours can give you that amount? Do you have somebody who can call you and can give you a business deal of about 10 million, 20 million, 100 million? Most of us don't actually taken out time to understand how powerful networking is, and most importantly, learning to network with the right people. If you go to any party now, I can tell you that the best you can do is that you find yourself that at any event, you tend to navigate to people who you already know. And the people you already know have already given you the value that they can add to your life. But most times, the new people around you who you fail to introduce yourself to are the people who can add the extra value to you. It means that if we actually want to grow our business, if we want to actually move from where we are to achieve our goal for the year, if you actually want to grow yourself professionally, you need to be very deliberate about networking. It means that you need to tell yourself, these are the category of people I want to start to associate and relate with. Now, one of the things I try to do on my own personally, even despite the fact that Uche does the normal sharing of our write-ups and videos, there are a category of people I make sure that on my own, I personally do the update with them. Because I know that these are the people who can give us multi-million naira deals, and I make sure that I deliberately maintain wonderful relationship with this group of people. We need to be very deliberate in building up our network. We need to clearly identify the kind of people we want to actually start to relate with and associate with, the kind of people who will add value to us, and deliberately start to channel our efforts towards building relationship with those people. There's something that most of us, it might have happened to you, or you might not even realize that it's happening to you. If you are not deliberate about building your network, you find out that most times when you attend events, you end up feeling down or guilty based on the people you relate with. And why does this happen? It's because when you're around those people, you have this inferiority complex. And you're having it because you not deliberately start to say, okay, these are the kind of people I want to target. And when you start to target them, you find out that you start to build relationship with them that can add value to your life. In networking, if you want to grow your business, you want to grow your life, when you are networking, after being deliberate, you must make it easy for people to remember you and what you do. at the event on Saturday, when I went to a table of some former schoolmates. There were those who have graduated years before me that were doing very well. And once I just came there, they said, okay, counselor. Now, because I was always putting myself out there, these people already know who I am and what I do. It means that they are, in fact, most of the referrals that we are getting are coming from this kind of people. Because they know this is what you do, and because they interact with you, you readily come to their mind when they have issues that you can solve. Secondly, too, is about also understanding that for you to network properly, you must map out time at least once a month to attend events where people in the kind of category you want to add, you feel they will add value to your life, will be attending. On Friday, we attended an event at Lagos Business School. At the event, I met two ladies. And they said, yeah, this is what we do. And when I told them what we did, they may say, okay, we want to actually partner with you. One was actually running her firm, also does training at Lagos Business School. And when I was discussing with them what we do and how we do what we did, she said, yeah, this is kind of things area we can actually have a synergistic partnership. But if we don't attend events like that, there's no way we can meet those category of people. We need to start to attend those top events. We need to actually start to relate to people, reach out to people such that they will know what we do. And anytime they have issues related to areas that we can offer service to, they will start to reach out to us. It means that at least if there are 12 months in the year, you must target to at least attend 12 high value events. It means that we still have how many months? About seven months to go this year. That each of us must plan to attend at least one high networked event. And you don't attend it just for attending sake. It has to be when you are leaving, you say, okay, I've made at least 1, 2, 3 very good contacts. Because you need to understand that most people at events will not walk up to you. But most time when you walk up to people and say, my name is this person, this is what I do, you form a bond that can last for a very long time. The mistake most people make is that when they attend such an event, you find that they just attend and they sit down. They might attend a party, for instance, and they just sit at their table from the beginning to the end. That is not networking. After a networking event, after attending an event, you must say, okay, I didn't know this person before, now I know him. These people don't know what I do before, now they know what I do. So it's not just about attending an event, it's about at the end of the event, how many new contacts have you made? How many people at the event now know what you actually do? The next thing you also need to do is to start to categorize your contacts. If you want to network effectively, you need to understand that no two people are actually of equal value to you. You might, like in our contact list, for instance, I think we have over 2,000 people. But out of those 2,000 people, you need to understand all of them are not of equal value to us. Which means for you too, you need to understand that you need to categorize your contact into category A, category B, and category C. I was listening to one of the most successful people in the world, and he was saying that he has 3 categories of people. The first category are people who are adding so much value to him, and he makes sure that at least once a week he calls these people. at least once a month, he makes sure that he interacts face to face with them. But he's very sure that every week he will call them up and make inquiries. And what he does for them is that it's more like every day you go on your TV, you see MTN, Coca-Cola advert. It doesn't mean that you don't know about Coca-Cola or MTN, but they just want to stay at the top of your mind. The same thing too has to do with your network. If you don't call these people constantly, if you are not interacting with them constantly, you start to drop from the top of their mind to the bottom of their mind. But once you are in their face regularly, you find that once they have any issue, you are the first person that comes up in their mind. It means for us, we also need to look at our client base and say, who are our top clients? Like if you look at it now, for me personally, our top clients, there's no, almost on a daily basis, I call them, I see them. And which is why I make sure that for these top guys, we visit them almost on a weekly stroke monthly basis. Because even if they don't have job with you, as long as they are seeing you, they will remember one issue that they have, that they will call you to solve for them. But once you are not in their face, they will not remember. And which is why you must select who are the top for you. Because if you don't select, if you find out that you are just going around everybody, and when you are going around everybody, those who can add value to you, you will not be in their face. And those who are wasting your time, you are constantly in their face, and they are not going to do anything with you being around them. So it's for you. Now, that's the first. The second category are those people who you call at least once every 2 weeks or once a month. Which means these are not your top people, but you want to maintain steady relationship with them. It means that every month you need to call them. Then you have the third category of people who you just once every 3 months to 6 months you keep in contact with them. But is those your first and second category that you must maintain constant relationship with? So I want you guys to go back, look at the people we work with, and ask yourself, who are those I want to maintain constant relationship with, such that we will regularly be on their mind. There are people who we've not started business with, but we need to actually be on their face steadily. Which is why the database that we have, we need to actually work with them. Look at the key people that are in our database and say, okay, this we've not started to do anything with, but let's start to be in their face. Let's start to relate with them such that when they have issues, they will readily call us. And the next point of networking effectively is adding value, adding excessive value. Like I was telling you about the event at Lagos Business School that we attended on Friday. And when we were at the seat, I started interacting with the women. So no matter what do you do, okay, both of them were discussing about online marketing, and I just joined them. Okay, do you do this? Have you talked about this? This will help your business. Have you done this? Have you done that? The more I talked, the more I was adding value to them, the more they saw that they needed to work with me in their business. Which means once you're with somebody, you must start to add value to them. Your focus is, what information can I give this person for them to feel that I'm valuable to them? It means if you meet somebody for the first time, what are you sharing with them? Is it the latest gossip? Is this about the country not moving forward? Or are you telling them something on how they can improve their life, how their business can get better? Because it's when you do that, they can now say, okay, I really want to get this person's contact. In fact, one of the women even asked Uche to start to send her our daily updates. The other one, when I couldn't find my complimentary card, she said, no, just give me your number. I want your number first before we forget. That is how you build valuable network. You start to add value from day one. The more you pump value, the more you show these people that this is how you improve your business, this is how you improve your life, they want you to stay in their network, and when they have problems that your business can solve, they will call you up. The next point is package yourself right. There's nothing as important as spending money to package yourself right. Which is why I tell you guys that part of the bonus we pay you is for your wardrobe allowance. Because there was when we were coming back from Lagos Business School, there was a talk that we were listening to. One, sorry? Yeah, Christy Clifford. She said that people, first of all, buy with their eyes. And that there's a way you package yourself. People expect to pay higher price for what you are offering. There's also a way you package yourself. People automatically expect to pay a lower price for what you are offering. Which means you need to start to spend money on personal packaging. Because there's a way, let me give you an instance. There's a place you walk into. There's a kind of hotel or restaurant you walk into. Automatically, even if they place a bottle of water before you, fear won't even allow you to price that thing for 500. Because in your mind, based on just the environment, you feel that it should be 1,000. But there's another place they will place that same bottle of water in. And if they ask you to pay 100 naira for it, you will not. Like I share in most of my talks, it's the same rice that Mama Put is selling for 200 naira that Eco Hotel is selling for 5,000. In fact, most times, most of them might come from the same farm. The same truck will bring them to Lagos. And most times, as the Mama Put is buying her own bag of rice, the person who is shopping for Eco Hotel, they are just buying it at the same time. They take it to their same place. Mama Put will fill a massive bowl with rice. But if she asks you to pay 500 for it, you will not, even 200, and you will quarrel. But 1/10 of that quantity, they serve it to you at Eco Hotel. It's about the power of packaging. We need to start to spend time on personal packaging. And most importantly too, it's important for you to also start to expose yourself to high packaged environment. You pick up the culture of the environments that you are in. Let me tell you why environment is very important. 2 days ago, I was speaking to my father-in-law. And when I spoke, I said, Kabi, see the energy in your voice. So there is power in your voice when you are speaking. Now, why that was significant to me was that this guy was a colonel in the Nigerian army. And when a colonel tells you that there's power in your voice when you are speaking, he tells you from a military background, he's telling you that you are actually having a commanding tone. Now, where would this thing come from? I know majorly it came from my interaction with the MD of Don Climax. And without even knowing him, just by being around him, you are picking his mannerism, you are picking his energy. It's important for us. That is why, one of the things I intend to do is, when we finish our campus down here, when somebody steps into that place, you feel that you stepped into Hilton. I want to do it in such a way that anybody who works in that environment will start to take certain high value things for granted. Because your environment, see, if you take a child from Ajegunle, take him to US, give him everything, and bring him back to Nigeria, he will merely go back to Ajegunle. But if you take a child from VI, put him in Ajegunle, he will start to feel repelled, and when he goes back, he still goes back to his VI trade. It takes a number of months or years for you to actually pick up the culture of the new environment you are in. Which means, if you are conversant and you are used to Ajegunle and you work in VI, the Ajegunle in you will always supersede. Which is very important why we work on the environment that we deliberately expose. We need to be deliberate about the environment we expose ourselves to. I can tell you that there are people who, I know people, not even I can tell you that fear will not allow them to walk into a hotel. And funny enough, it's free. You can walk in there and sit down at the lounge for free. Nobody will ask you anything. But a lot of people, because of the environment they are coming from, fear will not allow them to do that. But for you to get at the top, you need to start to expose yourself such you get to a stage whereby those kind of environment becomes natural to you. And it's when people now start to see that those kind of environment are natural to you, they become natural in discussing some very high business deals with you. And finally, update yourself in relevant areas. I was listening to a professor yesterday, business guru, and he said that studies have shown that 60% of graduates never read any book again after they graduate. 60% of graduates don't read any book again the day they drop their final examination paper. Now, if what will make you qualify as a graduate are the books you read, don't you understand that what will make you qualify as a successful person will also be the books that you read? So, how then do we expect to be successful when we don't read any book on success? You want to be a graduate, you are reading and reading, and 4 years, 5 years, you are a graduate. Don't you understand, if you want to be successful and you are reading and reading, that maximum 4-5 years, you actually become very successful. A lot of people see me and they are wondering, Ivan, what happened? I used to know you 4-5 years ago. In fact, I remember when I was so broke then that when we attend any of my school listening gathering, when it was time to pay, I would just say it's time for me to leave. But what I was doing there every day, most of the books you people see here and the ones at home, I actually read most of them. And was during those periods I was reading this. And what you need to understand, the more you are reading, the more new ideas are coming. And when you are interacting with people, the way you interact are changing. And suddenly now we are here where we are now. So the buildings didn't just come up by magic. What we are doing today didn't just come up one day because I had one revelation. It was about the books I've been reading for the past 6-7 years. The seminars have been attended. There is no way you can improve yourself if you don't have relevant knowledge. People will assess you or how valuable you are to them. And it's the value that you carry that will determine what they will pay you. Choice called Mrs. Chioma last night. In fact, I also called him this morning. I was telling her that we are giving him so much bill that I didn't want to accept what he was offering. The irony of it is that a lot of people, the amount he's trying to pay us that we are rejecting, a lot of people will jump at that fee. But because I've taken out time to build relevant knowledge, I know that I'm at a category where I can't accept such this thing. In fact, if you the last interview, this thing that we did for the pharmaceutical company, if you look at what they are paying us 10% of the people's salary. But basically, what did we do for them? They gave us the list, we interviewed and sent back to them. So why would somebody pay you 10% of the salary of somebody he's employing? All you did was do the interview. You can do that because you have relevant knowledge. And he knows that from what he's seen in you and the quality of knowledge you have, that if he does the interview, he will not be able to select from these people the right people for his company. That is why he's sending you the list. Out of this list, use your relevant knowledge to select who are the best for me. So, conclusion, I want us to step up our game. I want us to be better and more effective at networking. So that we will not only add value to the company, but we'll add value to our lives, and we can grow professionally. They said in Microsoft, more than 1,000 of their employees are multimillionaires. That is the kind of company I'm trying to build. So let's grow up, add value to the company and add value to ourselves, such that at least 5 years down the line, we'll be earning much more than a lot of people who own companies. So, for those of you who are watching, you can also check us up on www.counseloruniversity.com, or follow us on our Facebook page, our Instagram page, or send us any challenge you're having, especially for those of you who are having business problems. You can reach out to us, and we are experts at helping you solve your business problem. Thank you for watching today, and see you again next Monday when we'll be having our next session.